What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. Now, 7-8 Sports did an interview with Deontay Wilder. Now, I'm going to play this clip, and before I play this clip, let me just say this. This interview, of course, is not to interview the fighter, ask necessary questions to get to the bottom of whatever the situation is. This is let me get on my knees and bow up and down to you, praise and worship you, and let you know that I love the way your nuts feel scraping on the top of my head as I go up and down bowing to you. That's what this interview was about. This had nothing to do with being classy and or having let's have some dialogue where people can get into that makes sense. Everything is just let me give you my platform so you can be heard and we can continue to push narratives that we can't prove. Let's begin.
Well, you know what? We ain't even gonna do that. We're gonna focus on Fury. We ain't gonna worry about the other stuff. Let's focus on Fury because that's the main one who needs his ass whooped right about now. You know what I'm saying? That's the one who needs his ass whooped. But what is your primary focus right now going into this trilogy? What is your primary focus right now for you and Malik?
Not just for me, Malik, I think I can speak for the whole team. This right here is retaliation. We want it back in blood, but that's it. We want it back in blood. That's what they tried to do in front of the world. And with his white privilege, he was able to surpass a lot of different things. Many people, especially in boxing, they did this, would allow them to do this. Right. I see no evil. I hear none, so I shall speak none. Right. When they know, no matter what has been said, about me or anyone else that knows facts to be true, no matter what you want your mind to, you sit here and try to wrap around and not believe. One thing for sure, when you see certain things, your eyes should know the truth. How you feel. You can close your eyes and not see the truth, but you can feel the truth.
All right, let me stop it right there. Now, I am not revisiting this. This is new. Okay, but I'm not revisiting this subject so we can talk about Glovegate. Okay. That's a done deal. As far as I'm concerned, even though you still have many other channels that continue to talk about Glovegate and continue to want to prove Glovegate, to continue to just keep dwelling on the past. As you can hear from Deontay Wilder, he himself is still dwelling on the past, even with so-called moving forward. Now, 7-8 Sports did this interview, like I said, and clearly he's pro Wilder. And you hear him saying, that motherfucker need his ass whooped, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker needs his ass whooped. Okay. Here's the deal, okay? In this scenario, he said something that is not like it's new. He said Fury was able to do what he did because of his white privilege. Now, what you didn't see when he was saying, I hear no evil, see no evil, so I speak it, he was saying people did this. He was covering his eyes, his ears, and his mouth, right? So what Deontay Wilder is also, what he's basically saying is this. People are blind to the facts on purpose. You can see, all you got to do is look and see what happened, right? Now, let me go back to what I said a long time ago, okay? Nobody has even blamed Wilder for his own actions. Example, okay? At the end of the fight with Tyson Fury, let's be real. He said the better man won, even though he made excuses about, my legs wasn't there, or, I didn't, things that happened about 15 minutes before I came in, out to the ring. But, no excuses, but the better man won. Now, he said that. And I said, how in the hell do you, all along in this fight, feel like something was wrong? This man is cheating. He's fighting dirty. But you don't decide to tell anybody, the referee, nobody in your corner, hey, this guy has, now mind you, we talk about the second fight now. He has an egg where he has something, some type of hard object in his glove. I can feel it when he hit me. Okay. Why is it nobody caught nothing? Nobody on his team, and the excuse we got was, well, his team is not that experienced. Wait. So all these 40-something fights this man has had, he did this with an unexperienced team. And the one time that he gets his ass whooped and he claimed that someone cheated, at the end of the fight, the things he's saying now, he wasn't saying then. Why in the hell would I stand here? Listen, again, if I'm in a fight and here we are in the ring, we're not out in the street somewhere where anything goes. People can pick up bottles, sticks, cans, whatever, gun, whatever it is they're going to do. Okay, I can do the same thing. In this ring where we're fighting by rules, I feel like someone has something in their glove, and I'm not going to even tell my team, hey, man, tell the ref, check this guy's glove. Something is in his glove. And at the end of the fight, I'm going to sit here and say the better man won. But in my heart, I know you cheated. Not even I think, I know you cheated. Okay. When he talked about the first fight, he mentions about how there's no reason for a brand new glove to have no pad in the knuckles like that. Okay. But you never said this after the first fight. You only said this after the second fight, after 7-8 Sports, after Dante's Boxing Nation, after Blue Blood, after Boxing Ego, after all these different people came up with all these different scenarios about what happened to you, what happened in the ring. Then you repeat it. But all before that, you didn't say that. How do you embrace and give credit to a fighter who did you dirty? So my thing is, and before I say this, let's not be stupid. Does white privilege exist? Fuck yes, it does. And it probably always will. Yes, it exists. Okay, we deal with it all the time. Okay, my thing is, how does white privilege apply to this situation? Now, if this was a situation where something like this has happened before, and whether the boxer or his camp wants an investigation, right? Different sanctioning bodies, people, hey, we want an investigation. Oh, okay, this is the WBC, right? So let's say Mauricio Sulaiman says, I want an investigation. Something's not right. And now all of a sudden, it comes to Wilder, they're not doing that. Then I can understand people even looking at that saying, hey, because I'd be saying the same thing. It's like, well, why are you not giving Wilder an investigation on your own initiative when you've done it for many other fighters? Any other time you've heard of this type of stuff happening, it's always been the fighter, okay, or somebody in that fighter's camp going, hey, we want an investigation. Not, I've never known anybody to just, oh, let's just investigate. Now, let's take Panama Lewis, for example. Panama Lewis says, give me that bottle. No, not that one, the one I mixed. Everybody could clearly hear that. Now, let's just say, for example, Panama Lewis never says that, right? But somebody says, hey, man, I noticed, let's just say, I noticed, he was giving Aaron Pryor water from a white bottle, right? Then all of a sudden, the round that he knocked out Arguello, right? I saw Panama Lewis give him a black bottle. Now, because he gave him a different bottle, does that mean that there was something in that bottle that shouldn't have been? You have to prove that. You understand what I'm saying? You have to prove that. And unless something shows up in his system or whatever it may be, right, you might get away with it. This was a long time ago. So whatever kind of testing they was doing or how accurate they was, is different. Okay. Now, but regardless, that would be somebody saying, and let's just say, for example, right, they even have footage of him giving him a different bottle. But you have to prove that. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that he says, no, the one I mixed, he clearly says the one I mixed. So you know it was more than just water in that bottle. Well, what did you put in there? Whatever it was shouldn't have been there because the only thing should have been in there was water. So for people to investigate that is like, well, how did you not when that was said openly? See, here's my thing, right? Wilder showed nothing but praise for Tyson Fury. He showed nothing. The same man that he's saying now got away with things because of his white privilege. He praised him. I said this before. Deontay Wilder doesn't see Dillian White or Anthony Joshua as black men. He just see them as British guys. He don't see them as black men. He shot down Anthony Joshua. Whoever Deontay Wilder shoots down, his minions shoot down with him. So when he was praising Fury, and all these minions were saying, oh yeah, the two best heavyweights in the world, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, you guys are still saying the same shit now. Even though you can't stand Fury and you all want to believe that he cheated and say that he did so, but you still praise him. So what are you doing? You know, you don't care if Anthony Joshua win or lose. You don't want him to win. You want him to lose. And the same with Dillian White. But again, you don't see them as black men. You see them as Brits. That's how you see it. Oh, they're British anyway. So it doesn't matter to you. Okay. So let's say this. Let's say Deontay Wilder gets beat by Fury again. What excuses are you going to come up with this time? Because in all honesty, I'm watching Deontay Wilder hit pads, hit mitts and all that. I'm in the gym all the time, man. Let me explain something to y'all. It's different when something's coming back at you. So slipping punches that you know coming, throwing these little, it's different when you have a fucking opponent, a live opponent in there that knows what he's doing in front of you. If Deontay Wilder can get the job done, we'll see. We'll find out, right? Personally, I'm telling you personally right now, I'll probably catch the replay of it. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to watch that shit, though. I just really don't have any interest in it. This is just a fight I feel like I just want to see it get out the way. And let's just move on to something else. I really have lost interest in this shit. At the end of the day, we do want to see Undisputed, and it just so happens that right now Anthony Joshua is the unified champ. Pause. Which is the reason why people that are saying, oh, I don't care about Undisputed. They're saying that because because Anthony Joshua, okay, he's the one with with the majority of the titles. All right, he's just missing that one. Now, if Anthony Joshua is not holding those 3 titles, I'm convinced that we're going to have this whole one guy has a belt here, another guy has a belt here, another guy has a belt here. They're all talking shit, but they won't fight each other. This is what I see. Anthony Joshua is the only champion trying to make fights happen. Okay. Dillian White, here he is paying a sanctioning fee for that bullshit belt that he has that they don't even give a fuck about. Didn't even give him his proper belt after his last fight. It's supposed to have the diamond belt, right? He was telling him, man, nah, where's my diamond belt, right? Okay. At the end of the day, man, this whole heavyweight shakeup thing it's crazy because there's no real shakeup. It's just delays. It's just delays and things that's supposed to happen not happening. That's what's going on. Now we're hearing that Usyk is him in AJ fight is not getting anywhere because Usyk wants more money and all this other shit. If Usyk wants to overprice himself, there's nothing they can do to Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua about that. That'll just be him walking away from the opportunity. And for people that think that Anthony Joshua's missing out, no. I've been saying this. I made a video about this. I said, if Usyk overprices himself, because I started seeing a lot of videos about Usyk saying that he wanted more money, make the fight happen between Anthony Joshua and Dillian White. Make it happen. The one walking away from opportunity is Usyk. And if Usyk is going to walk away from AJ, well, who's he going to fight? Go back and fight Joe Joyce like you were supposed to. How about that then? I mean, it's crazy what's going on in boxing right now, especially the heavyweight division. I mean, it's multiple divisions, but the heavyweight division, it's just like what's happening, man? What's happening? They're starting to let live crowds come back now. I mean, there's things going on, and you know that a lot of fights are being overlooked, overshadowed because the bigger fights that we want to, see, it's just too much drama surrounding it. And so you're getting good fights. People are so focused on worrying about who's going to fight who and who's ducking who that they don't even pay attention to these other fighters. Now, to look at what's happening right now and listen to what Deontay Willder is saying. 7-8 Sports Acting, what's his main focus right now? And if you listen to Deontay Wilder's answer, he didn't even answer the goddamn question. He asked him, what is your main focus right now? You and Malik Scott. Like, he asked, well, what is your main focus? He starts talking about hear no evil, see no evil. People don't, they don't see no evil. They hear no evil, so they don't speak it. And, if you just look at, not just me, but to any, again, he starts rambling and starts talking, and what he says has nothing to do with the question. Again, explain what the white privilege was. Because if there was white privilege, that means that you saw the white privilege, but you ignored it. Because you clearly didn't want to fight Anthony Joshua. Pause. Okay, and you thought Fury would be an easy pick for you. Because he hasn't fought in, 3 years, and then he came off the couch and fought 2 meatballs. Why were you speaking so highly of Tyson Fury? You said, we knew all along what kind of person Fury was. So that means that you were lying and going along with this just to not fight Anthony Joshua and so you could fight Tyson Fury instead. Now, these are words that came out of Wilder's mouth. Wilder said, when he was sitting in that car during that interview, forget the guy's name that was interviewing him, and he was avoiding all of his tough questions. You said, we knew what time it was with Fury all along. So then why would you praise a guy that you know is a cheater? You know is a liar and refer to him as the second best heavyweight in the world? Why would you give him that opportunity? You didn't want to fight Ortiz the first time because you said he was a cheat. You would never fight a cheat, that you wound up fighting twice. Now you're saying you want revenge, you want it in blood. Okay, so get there and do the goddamn job. But I don't understand why the fuck we keep going back to what happened in the first or second fight. See, that's that emotional shit where you should be able to say, man, listen, that's water under a bridge now. I'm going to fuck him up for what he did, though. And it's on. This third fight is what I'm focused on. This is about revenge, right? Okay. So why are we still talking about Glovegate? Why are we still talking about what Mark Breland did? Why are we still talking about how he got away with this because of his white privilege? Listen, you got knocked out by Harold Scornier, right? And the referee gave you a second chance, and we can't find that footage. Well, it wasn't white privilege, but you damn sure had some kind of privilege and favoritism in that fight, because nobody can't fucking tell me that you wasn't given a second chance by the referee. Scornier did you in, bro, and you know it. So what I'm saying, when you say it was because of his white privilege, okay, specify what are you talking about? Because you didn't even acknowledge his white privilege, whatever these privileges were, in the first fight. And then it only after you lost the second fight is when all of this stuff starts coming out. So since you've been back in training, hitting the mitts, we haven't seen you sparring, we just seen you hitting mitts. I'm not impressed, but I feel like, his combination punching looked better than what they have in the past. Mark Breland said you didn't listen to him, so yeah, I guess you're listening to Malik Scott, but you wasn't listening to Mark Breland for whatever reason. Okay, now when we see you do that against a live opponent, okay, and I'm not talking about no fucking Hellenius or no Charles Martin, I'm talking about against a Dillian White or Anthony Joshua. Okay, we want to see that. And regardless to what happens, like my thing is, like I always said, we want to see fighters progress. But instead of the focus being on the training camp that you got going on now, you got Fury in Las Vegas, right? You know this fight's on. Why do you keep bringing up this bullshit, man? It shows that your head is stuck in there. And if you're using it as a motivational tool, whatever you feel you got to do to get yourself up. The reality, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, Wilder better win this fucking fight. Because after all this talk and all this privilege shit, this, that, whatever, and then you better go in there and not just fucking, not get your ass kicked for 11 fucking rounds and then land the right hand in the last round. Because that's just the same old shit you've always been doing. But you better go in there and kick his ass, punish him, beat the living dog shit out of him for what you claim he did to you. Because at the end of the day, after all that talking, you lose again, man. Your minions they're going to continue to make excuses for you. But you lose again. There's nothing you can fucking say that anybody respectable is going to even care about what's coming out of your mouth. Because basically, winning the next fight doesn't erase what happened in the first two. Okay, but at least in this sense, you got your revenge and you showed improvement. Because the only way I see you beating Fury is knocking him out. Pause. Plain and simple. That's the only way I see you beating him. Outboxing him? No. I can point out some things and I'm not going to do it. Because I just want to see, here's my thing. However the fight play out, I'm not concerned about him and Fury. It's more, if he can get past Fury, let's see what happens now. Does he actually fight AJ? All the fights that we want to see, do they happen? Okay. But at the same time, yeah, I would say Wilder his combination, the drills that Malik Scott have him doing, he's listening to Malik Scott. There's still things that I see with his feet. I'm not even going to go into it. There's things that I see with Wilder where in the ring, I know what's flashy versus what you're actually capable of doing in the ring. And looking at him and how he throw his punches and how he move, when he gets in there with a top guy, okay, even if your confidence is built up against certain fighters because they're not that good, it's different when you get in there with a guy who can nullify the shit you're doing. He's not showing a sharp boxing IQ. He's just going through drills. And this is what people are not understanding. So for everybody who's impressed by him hitting the mitts, hey, knock yourselves out. More power to you. But for me personally, I'm looking at what he's doing and I'm listening at what he's saying. And I'm like, he's still stuck on this fucking past. That one loss on his record is fucking him up. And I think he feel like he has to go in there with an angry mindset in order to really deal with Fury because he wants that revenge. In all honesty, if he is confident in his skill set, if he's confident in what he's doing, his whole conversation should be different. 7-8 Sports comes out and says this shit about he need his ass whooped and all this and this and that. And you sit there and smile and but at the end of the day, it's like this. These platforms that you go on to do your interviews, that they're giving you the platform so you can just say what you want to say. But they're not looking at the whole scope of things. Now, let me say this right here, right now, because I know you got a lot of ignorant ass people, which I don't really give a shit. I don't care about the ignorant motherfuckers. But listen, a lot of ignorant people, when they hear you talking like this, the first thing they think is I don't give a shit about Fury. I don't give a shit. Listen, here's the deal. Okay? I don't give a shit which one of these guys win. Okay? Now, let's just say that this shit just happened to be true, that Fury cheated. I don't see it. I don't see where all this egg weight, all this other shit that people, and see, understand the reason why I'm like that as well is because I've had people lie on me about shit. And it looked believable to the people that they was telling. And I was 110% innocent, but I had to go through so much shit before people realized that, damn, That motherfucker was lying on Aries. Oh shit. Now they feel like shit because they thought that I was guilty of some shit that was said that I did and I didn't do or never would do. You understand what I'm saying? I don't put cheating past Fury. I definitely don't put lying past the motherfucker. He's a big bald-headed 6'9" liar. I've been telling you motherfuckers for the longest. I never put nothing past him. And I never said he wouldn't cheat or I don't think he would. No. What I'm saying is the things that these guys are bringing up and saying we have proof of, understand, that's not proof. That would be like me sitting here telling you, let's see. Okay, well, Michael Jackson's no longer alive. But, okay, that would be like me sit here with a silver shiny glove going, yeah, man, this is Michael Jackson's old glove. I was hanging out with Tito and Jermaine the other day, and, yeah. First off, I mean, I wouldn't sit here and make up a story and lie to nobody, but does that prove that I was hanging out with them? Does that prove that that was actually Michael Jackson's glove? Because you choose to believe it don't make it true. Now, because you choose to not believe it don't mean it's not true, okay? But if I hang out with Jermaine and Tito, wouldn't it be nothing for me to just get them on like some type of, Zoom or something and, hey, yeah, man, oh, shit, Aries do know them. They said it was, oh, shit, he do, right? Okay, I can prove that shit. I can prove it. You can have somebody say, oh, I still don't believe that's Michael's glove, though. Does it really matter? No. But if you tell somebody, and I'm just using a petty example, okay? You tell somebody you have proof of something, and then you don't show that proof, and then every time you talk, you don't make no fucking sense. I don't even know how people take this guy serious. I'm just being honest. I'm sitting here, and the thing is this, right? This is 7-8 Sports interview, so do I really expect anything to be different coming from his end? No. Did you really expect anything to be different from Wilder's end? No, yes, sort of, maybe. And when he speaks, you see, yeah, he's still stuck on that loss, man. After all of what he's saying, if Fury goes in there and beat his ass again, okay? And not only that, let me tell you something. Out of everything that's happened between these two, there shouldn't be no hug and no fucking embrace. I would tell Fury that shit to his fucking face. If I'm Wilder and if I'm in either one of their positions, I would tell the other to go fuck yourself. At the end of that fight, you come over to hug me, motherfucker. I'm liable to pick your ass up and slam you. I'm going to throw you over that top fucking rope for real. You know what I'm saying? There's no love lost here, man. I'm telling you, that has nothing to do with good sportsmanship for them to embrace. If these motherfuckers embrace, no. You calling me racist, you telling me I'm using my white privilege. You're insulting the gypsies. You saying that I cheated to beat you. Then on the other hand, you over here making fun of the fact that I'm making an appeal to what you did and I'm expressing myself and you're calling me a liar. And I mean, bro, defamation of character. I mean, there's so many things being thrown back and forth. And all of that just to make a fight happen. And at the end of this fight, you think you gonna come over there and hug me? Man, I knock the shit out you. If I'm either one of them, nah, ain't gonna be no embrace after this fight. You gonna go your way, I'm gonna go my way. Or motherfucker, we go outside when nobody can see. No trainers, no cameras, nobody, just me and you. I'll wear your ass up. Simple. One way or the other, ain't gonna be no embrace. But do y'all notice that that so-called dent is no longer in Deontay Wilder's head? Must have had one hell of a surgeon. No dent in his head. But remember, an egg weight did that. Now, I'm just saying, you guys listen to what he said and what I'm saying. So none of you idiots run around here and say Aries is saying there's no such thing as racism or white privilege. There, it definitely is. And it exists, like I said, and it probably always will. But I've yet to see or hear any demonstration of what white privilege is in this scenario here with Wilder and Fury. And all the praising that Wilder and his fans did of Fury. and referred to him as the second best heavyweight in the division. Well, if Fury is such a fucking cheater, and you knew this all along, if he's cheating to win, how could you give him credit for being a fucking cheater? See, this is your own words. And this is what I mean when I say people are not even holding Wilder accountable for his own words. No way I'm going to praise a cheater. And if I want your blood, there's no way I want a hug from you at the end of the fight. No embrace, fuck sportsmanship, fuck you, you a dirty, no good cheater. That's exactly what it would be for me. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.